Welcome back to the National Poll Projections. I'm now joined by Nandita Suneja, Times Now's chief political correspondent. The state we are going to next, Nandita, is the state of Karnataka. Now, can you tell our viewers what we are looking at really in Karnataka this time? What is the key fact they should be looking at?
Significantly, Arnav, Karnataka is the only state where the Congress is hoping to make some gains.
Yeah.
If you compare the numbers from 2009, everywhere else there seems to be a slide down.
Yeah.
But in Karnataka, we're looking at 13 for the Congress as opposed to there sitting 6 MPs in Lok Sabha. Bharatiya Janata Party, of course, has had to suffer on account of the Reddy brothers.
What's the big story that you would say? What, if you were to condense this whole Karnataka story for our viewers, before we actually go to the real numbers, Nandita, what really is the trick that these parties have to do in Karnataka? Who's the onus on? Is it on the BJP to get back Yediyurappa? What's it in it for Deve Gowda? How would you condense the situation, overall picture?
Well, the JDS is really anybody's game for the time being. I think they are going to slide in, the king's favor as the numbers come out. But the big story really in Karnataka is that the internal losses that the BJP has had to suffer on account of Yediyurappa is something that has hurt them. And in that sense, it's really up to the Congress to ensure that they manage to capitalize on those losses of the BJP.
So let's call in Jay right now and look at the numbers in Karnataka. Ladies and gentlemen, a state which is very, very important. 28 state seats that it sends, members of parliament, which it sends to the Lok Sabha. And the BJP will be so nervous. It sent 19 last time. Yep. This was the first big southern bastion. There was so much excitement.
Absolutely.
Now it went down to 8. It went crashing down to 8 in our projections in July.
Absolutely.
After that, Narendra Modi became the prime ministerial candidate. Everyone knows, Jay, that Narendra Modi is very close to Yediyurappa. Now, when you're looking at these numbers, it's telling you a story. First of all, what's the story and why is it happening?
The story is now these projections are pregnant with a very important suggestion. That Yediyurappa's voters are sort of sensing an alliance or something and migrating towards the BJP. That's what this projection, this poll seems to suggest, because the BJP seems to have internalized that entire base according to this projection and is hitting a vote share of 39%. Now, that given, the BJP, but minus the Reddy brothers...
No, one second. That's huge. That's huge. Let's put that number up. What we are actually talking about, Navika, is dramatic. We are seeing an increase from 29% to 39%. Even Mr. Rajagopalan is finding it difficult to take that at face value. But what is being said here is a complete shift of the Yediyurappa vote to the BJP. So Yediyurappa becomes, Navika, the knight in shining armor for Narendra Modi. Is it going to happen?
Well, the question that really needs to be asked from Siddharth Nath Singh is if morality is completely put aside. You sent him out, the party split happened because of issues of corruption. And now, Mr. Siddharth Nath Singh, are you ready to tie up once again with Yediyurappa? Is that the only way out for the BJP in Karnataka?
Navika, I think Yediyurappa himself has answered this question, that he is not merging with the BJP. So so there's no point in my replying to it. But yes, there is a fact that
he's waiting for Modi to get him on board.
When he has already said something, I don't need to add to it. But yes, what is actually happening on the ground, that the people, Yediyurappa definitely he supports and he admires Narendra Modi. So are his workers who are in his party, and there is a movement where the KJP workers would like to see Narendra Modi to be the Prime Minister, and that support base.
So what happened to the high moral ground? Sankarshan and Rajagopal come into the discussion. Sankarshan Thakur of the Telegraph and Mr. Rajagopal. Sankarshan, what happens to morality then? We're talking about the BJP possibly tying up with Chautala in Haryana and now Yediyurappa to help offset the losses in Karnataka.
There is no morality. There's going to be a lot of arithmetic.
So will this arithmetic work?
Well, Yediyurappa has not sort of said, I'm coming back.
No, he's not coming back. Do you think he'll totally transfer his vote from the outside?
I'm skeptical of these numbers. Are the vote share you're showing Yediyurappa's voters as well, or are they just the BJP's numbers?
Jay can explain that.
Now, this poll has certainly polled Yediyurappa's party
Within the
separately.
BJP, or separately.
But
separately.
What this seems to suggest right now is that there is sort of, in a national poll, a migration towards back to the mainstream party.
With the complicity of Mr. Yediyurappa.
Absolutely.
So, but my worry is that why Mr. Rajagopalan would Mr. Yediyurappa, who has got his own identity, built his own party, is a force by himself at a time when all southern states, TRS, YSR Congress are all...
He's afraid of CBI. Mr. Yediyurappa is afraid of CBI. And the commonality between Yediyurappa and
What
Narendra
logic
Modi
is that?
Because of, several cases against Mr. Yediyurappa. Congress misused the CBI on Yediyurappa. And
Also
that is why
in the
during elections.
In the assembly elections or not, the seat conversion, the vote share conversion into seats wasn't very promising for Yediyurappa in the assembly election. The vote share conversion into seats wasn't very promising for Yediyurappa. So he has tasted going alone, but he would rather put his truck with the BJP and come in. He's been actually baiting the BJP to take him on. The BJP has to still surmount the Sushma Swaraj and the LK Advani bastions before it takes a final
Navika,
call.
are you suggesting that will happen as a pre-poll arrangement?
Absolutely.
I'm skeptical about
Well,
it.
one second. So here's, let's get.
Is that this is likely to be a homecoming, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Whereas with the JVM, if at all something happens, it will be an alliance.
No, but I understand. But I think in politics you need a little bit more than just the fear of the CBI, with all respect to you. Here is the party which has just got built. I understand what the BJP gets. The BJP has, all its losses of the last few months are offset if Yediyurappa transfers his vote. But you know what happens? Yediyurappa loses his entire identity, Ashok.
He doesn't. He's completely at the margins right now.
One second. His party collapsed.
No.
Yediyurappa gains.
Also, it may not be that easy
By
to
joining
transfer.
BJP, Yediyurappa gains.
No, it may not be that easy to just transfer his vote.
He's not a Mayawati to transfer the vote.
You see, Yediyurappa, after all, he's built his own image as an independent leader.
Yeah.
It is not very easy for him to just say to his voters, go and vote for another party. That's, it's not going to be as simple as that.
Against the BJP.
But there's no question.
In a national election,
yes, Ashok,
there is very little conflict between Yediyurappa's voters and Narendra Modi. There may be a conflict between Yediyurappa's voters and other BJP leaders in Karnataka, like Anand Kumar or whoever.
Yeah.
But in a national election, I don't think there really is a contradiction or a conflict.
Yeah, so if I'm tracking this from July, if you're watching, if you've been following our poll projections from Karnataka, the story is this, that in one of the very few states where the Congress party was set to actually better the BJP, I find the projections for the Congress have dipped from July to October. The BJP is making quite a few inroads compared to July, and this is a directly proportional to the emergence of Narendra Modi and his closeness with Yediyurappa and the marginalization of LK Advani. So the BJP story in Karnataka is beginning to look up. Will the Congress do something dramatic? We don't know. Will the Congress perhaps do something totally unexpected, like a strategic tie-up with the JDS? That could be controversial, can't be ruled out. Parties, when they are facing these situations, can end up doing anything. The next state, and we are going only in alphabetical order, is the state of Kerala, which sends a total number of 20 members of parliament. Let's get Jay and Nandita to come forward towards the big screen out there and tell us the story from Kerala, where it's always been 50-50. Once it's the LDF, once it's the UDF, and I don't know if the story changes very much. Does it, Nandita? What's the story this time?
Well, Kerala again is one state where the Congress has a lot to worry about. There's infighting in the state. There are reports that Ramesh Chennithala, who's the PCC chief, wants to be propelled into a much larger position there.
And there's the solar scam.
The solar scam, of course. So it's one state where the Congress will have to do something dramatic if it wants to retain the numbers. If you compare the figures from our survey in July to October, pretty much for the Congress, it's pretty much the same for both, but that's a dramatic shift from their numbers in 2009. So 13 to 4 is a major hit for the Congress party.
Right. So if you compare it to July onwards, not very much has changed, but it's a big swing if you compare to 2010.
Yeah. Absolutely. And the interesting factor here is the BJP is retaining its growth. It's still polling about 16% of the vote, not winning any seat, and narrowing the margin between the left and the UDF.
Yeah.
So that's really the interesting story. If the left actually picks up, people see the BJP vote as a waste vote, then a 2004-like mandate can be repeated where the left literally takes everything in Kerala and the Congress is reduced to shambles.
So if I'm going to compare this to the Lok Sabha elections, ladies and gentlemen, if you look at those numbers which are coming on Kerala, and I'll put the graphics up, if I compare this to 2007, there's, as expected, not very surprising, there's a reversal of numbers between the Congress and the left front. The left is losing the vote share losses of the Congress are directly gains of the left front. The BJP's vote share, very, very interesting, is set to rise. It goes up from 6 to 16%. But that is the challenge for the BJP, Mr. Rajagopalan.
Of course.
That the BJP is unable to go beyond, 15 to 25% range in so many states. Assam, Orissa, Kerala. You know, there is a latent vote that exists in West Bengal. It's not able to cross that Lakshman Rekha of winnability, 27-28%. You know, why is this happening? Why is the party stuck?
Leadership crisis in
But I thought Narendra Modi was providing that leadership.
Regional leaders are not. Regional leaders.
Okay.
Narendra Modi's effect is of course there. In Tamil Nadu, he received a tremendous crowd.
And you know, if I can just put in a word,
I don't think
somebody who's been tracking the Congress party, that's exactly the factor that they're counting on, that Narendra Modi is not going to impact states beyond this heartland. That's exactly what the Congress is counting on. You speak to a senior leader in Congress, they say, where's he going to get the votes? You know, they start counting state by state. So
we forget.
That's a point very well made.
We forget that there are very strong regional parties in all these places. And that is what is preventing the BJP. Because the alternative to the Congress is the regional party.
No, it's not just lack of leadership. I think the main problem with the BJP in states like Kerala, in states like Bengal, in states like UP, is that it is unable to reach out to communities other than Hindus.
That's true.
And Kerala, as you know, is divided three ways between Christians, Muslims and Hindus. And look at Goa. Manohar Parrikar has proved that if you reach out to minority communities or, you know, non-Hindu communities, you can actually win and do very well.
Let's move very quickly. We're running short of time. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 50 minutes from Super Prime Time at 9 p.m. and I did promise to all our viewers that we'll get the total national number. Now, you know, if you have been tracking our poll, all you need to do is look at the top right of your screen. That's not necessarily where I'm looking right now, but the top right of your screen is where you find the total number. So you find that the total NDA number right now, and we are on M. We're going to go to Madhya Pradesh next. We are showing 79 there. So the others, the number in 2009 is shown. So 2009, the UPA got 252, and the number on your screen we are showing is 67. So we are down to M, and the UPA is only getting 67. So that tells you where the tally is headed. Right now in the tally, the NDA is leading with 102. The UPA is in its 60s. The others are 86. This is a fractured vote. So far, the UPA is looking very bad. I'm only putting that as the tracker, Nandita, so that there's a word of clarification for our viewers. It's not looking good, is it, for the UPA right now? Let's go across to Madhya Pradesh, which is the next state on your screen right now. And Jay and Nandita will take you through Madhya Pradesh. Since 29 members of parliament. And I was talking to some leaders from Madhya Pradesh today who say all this talk of us losing, Congress leaders of course, of us losing is rubbish. Jyotiraditya Scindia is going to be the next chief minister, etc., etc. What's the story in Madhya Pradesh, Jay?
It's very interesting. The BJP, according to the poll, has gained a huge, there's been a huge vote share, 43% in 2004, and now it says it's going to be 47%. The gap with the Congress essentially is widening. According to the poll. And that is creating this huge upsurge in number of seats for the BJP. It's projected to go up from 16 to 23. Now, this is a little shy of the 25 it won in 2004, when there was a huge wave in favor of the BJP. Uma Bharti had just won the local state assembly polls. One thing which can really impact the chances of the BJP here, and that is something the BJP really needs to watch out for, is since 1996, consistently the party has taken a majority of seats in the state. Somewhere incumbency is going to play a role. And I think that's a factor the BJP really needs to guard about.
No, but this is dramatic. If you compare this to July, to the figures we were showing in July, Nandita, then we were showing 16 to the BJP, suddenly shoots up to 23 in 12 weeks, apart from Narendra Modi's emergence.
The only thing that's happened is also, I mean, apart from Narendra Modi's emergence, is the fact that the assembly election campaign has kicked in. So perhaps, and in that sense, the BJP seems to have made some gains that could also be the impact of their campaign
But if that were to be the case, Nandita, the question which will be asked is that the Congress party also sunk its differences and projected a new young leader in the form of Jyotiraditya Scindia. I would have thought that would have had some bearing. The fight between Digvijay Singh, Kamal Nath, Scindia, they're no longer factionalized.
I'm very surprised at these figures.
You're surprised at the result. Why do you say so, Ajay?
Because I thought that the Madhya Pradesh BJP itself was not quite clear about whether they are an united party or not. We know that there have been problems between Mr. Chauhan and Mr. Modi in terms of projection. there are also problems within the RSS, you know, in Madhya Pradesh. And also we have the Congress suddenly, as a rare gesture, putting up a young candidate, and we all expected all this to have exactly the opposite effect as it has happened. I mean, I'm not...
No, is this the Modi effect?
No, but
it's certainly the rally effect. Or no, there was a rally in Madhya Pradesh where there was this united front. L.K. Advani was the first time seen with Narendra Modi on the dais. Shivraj Singh Chauhan was there. The entire survey seems to be just after that, which is why this huge upsurge. It was a record crowd that the BJP got. Organizationally, it was very well represented, and that probably could have a little bit of an impact. 16 to 23. That's the only logical reason.
Yeah, it's a month-long Jan Ashirwad Yatra, and why look at just the Modi effect? Here is a Shivraj Singh Chauhan who knew he had reached the peaking effect, and he's done exactly what Raman Singh was doing in neighboring Chhattisgarh.
And when was this yatra? Can you tell us the dates?
It's ended. It's been over a month long. But it's ended, I think, about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it ended the day of the rally.
About 3 weeks ago. Yeah. So the point is that in that rally, constituency by constituency, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, who's been known as the Mama, you could see the cashing of the PDS scheme. Now, Madhya Pradesh was not known as
let's move on
grand
quickly.
transfer state.
Now, Shesh Narayan Singh travelled the length and breadth of Madhya Pradesh recently.
So
have you seen such an effect happening? Have you seen something change in favour of the BJP in the last 3 years?
Urban centres, yes, but the urban centres decide nothing in Madhya Pradesh. In Madhya Pradesh, most significant political development I will mark, I flag is that Babulal Gaur interview, that when he says that all those ministers, 5, 6, who won not more than by 3,000 votes, they should be denied tickets. So anti-incumbency at the ground level, on the MLA level, at the minister level is huge there. And this Datia thing, the main plank of that Mama, that is very significant. The Tirth Darshan and Mama thing is very important. Very important. But this good governance thing has been very left, right and center in Datia thing. Because it was a bad governance, and till yesterday the bodies are being found, and this is not just one district, Datia. At least 12 districts, people from 12 districts come to that Mela, and all of them are saying this, when in 2006, on the same place this had happened, why didn't they make a good bridge there?
Point is well taken. We'll need to move very quickly. The next state which we are looking at, very, very significant state, the largest state in fact in number of seats.
Absolutely.
After Uttar Pradesh is the state of Maharashtra, which sends 48 members of parliament. And on your screen right now, very quickly, reminder of 2009 in Maharashtra, wherever you're watching this today, 17 seats to the Congress, 11 to the Shiv Sena, 9 to the BJP, 8 to the Nationalist Congress Party, which means that in 2009, the Congress-NCP alliance together got 25. That's going down to 17, I'm told. And the Shiv Sena BJP alliance in 2009, Navika, what is the number? 20. That number is going up, I'm told. Let's hand it over to Nandita and Jay to take us more. Take us through more of what's happening.
Not much change. If you look at the Congress NCP numbers between July and October, so things not.
The interesting part is the state since 1999 has almost given a split verdict. 25, 23, 26, 22, something like that. Now we are finding this tally actually edging up to 29. Because the RPI that's projected to get 2 is now a part of the NDA. And most interestingly, I think this is a trend that should worry the Congress. For the first time in many years, even the July poll did not show an edge for the Sena BJP. They were 3%, the Congress was 3% ahead of them, the Congress NCP. Now, for the first time, the Sena BJP is ahead of them by about 4%. That is the real story. If that keeps building up, the Sena BJP may try and reach its 1996 tally of 33, 2/3 of the seats. So that is the real thing the Congress needs to watch out for.
Also, the story here would be the MNS2. The RPI and the MNS together would add 4 more to the 27 tally of the BJP Shiv Sena, and that takes it to 31.
That is if the MNS goes in for a pre-poll alliance.
For the NDA plus, and that really puts a question mark on the NCP Congress alliance, which is down from 25 to 17.
So in know, the headlines and the inferences that we are drawing, as I welcome Rahul Narvekar of the Shiva Sena and Jitendra Awad of the NCP. Sanjay Jha continues to be with us from Mumbai.